Hey guys. All right. Someone requested I go live this morning, so I figure why not? Sounds like a good idea. Bitcoin's had a decent event. I think it told us its answer. We've been waiting to see if Bitcoin was going to rise or fall here. It was looking very toppy in this rising wedge, very very toppy. And as a matter of fact, this thing failed about 20 minutes after I went to bed last night, so that figures. But all is good. Buy baseball cards. That's right, Derek. All baseball cards, guys. That's the in thing these days. All the kids are buying baseball cards. But Bitcoin is getting very extended up here at 7,400. Just very very extended. Has been going up basically straight for a week now. Ever since we had this little pullback that lasted 2 days, and then boom, there you go, and then there's our drop. There's our drop. The drop not that aggressive, however. I was actually expecting it to be a little more aggressive, a little bit more volume, but maybe we're just going to kind of slowly drop lower here. I don't know, but this consolidation so far is not giving us any kind of major bouncing point. One thing interesting to note here, and we'll look at a couple different exchanges. I've got Coinbase, Bitfinex, and Binance up here by default, so we'll take a look at these. So you can look at Coinbase here. Coinbase had a big red candle out of nowhere. I mean, we did have extreme low volume, and then we had a big red candle, then a bigger red candle. This is the bottom so far, but not much interested in bouncing. We'll probably get another leg lower here. Let's take a look at Bitfinex. Very, very similar chart, except the difference on Bitfinex. Absolutely, Kevin. Power hour in 30 minutes. Yeah, we'll stop before the power hour. Unless you guys just want to keep going, but yeah, kind of a two-in-one. Kind of a two-in-one me, exactly. Yeah, someone suggested I go live today, so I'm like, you know what? Why not? Let's go live before the power hour. I haven't really done a live stream really early in the morning before, so let's see what happens. So here taking a look at Bitfinex. Something interesting in Bitfinex is it had a big spike up here earlier, and this really reminds me of the Bitcoin 20,000 top. Here, I'll show you guys if you guys don't remember. Actually, I'll probably go to the daily chart to show you this. Freed, no, this is not the actual power hour. This is just a live stream. I don't think enough. I mean, if there's enough people here from the power hour, if you guys want to do kind of a live power hour, we talked about it the other day. If you guys want to do it, I'm fine with it. It's up to you guys. But what we have here on Bitcoin, you see the initial upthrust, and this was only on the GDAX, if you remember. This was not on Bitfinex, Bittrex. This is not on any other exchange. They did not have the wick. None of them had this wick right here. So we'll check Bittrex, no wick. We'll check Binance, no wick. But you go to GDAX. Oops, that was Bitcoin Cash. There's the wick to 20,000. So double topped there. Very reminiscent of what happened here on Bitfinex. Obviously a much smaller scale, but the point remains. The point remains right there that we cup with handle failed. Boom, break out to the downside. So there you go. Need 3K or lower. Well, yeah, we don't really need anything. It would be nice. Everybody would like it. And the technical action supports 3K. So, well, 2,400 to 3,600 has been my range. I think 3,600 is probably more likely than 2,400, to be quite honest with you. DSNet says Coinbase means going straight to the dollar. Yes, Coinbase does go straight to the dollar. Also, you cannot short on Coinbase. That's another reason that I think it's interesting that you see the action all over the place and the increased volume. Because you can't short on Coinbase, so you don't get the same kind of fuddish action. But all the prices do move in concert with each other now, where before there were big wide swings and differences in the Bitcoin price. Not so much anymore. They're very tight. As a matter of fact, right now it looks like $15 difference here between Coinbase and Bitfinex. So that's pretty narrow. Back at 20,000, I remember we had like $1,500 to 2,000. We had almost a 10% price spread between exchanges. It was quite extraordinary. All right, so yeah, we looked at Bitcoin. Here's Coinbase. Here's the Bitfinex chart. Very similar chart. The volume signature is going to be a little bit different. That's really what I'm looking at for the difference here. And then there you see Binance with a huge candle right there on that. Just a very, very big candle. So this is the volume I would expect to see on pretty much all the exchanges, but Coinbase is a little muted from that perspective. It's still pretty big, but you can see here we've had bigger volume. But this probably will continue us to the downside. Kevin says, now we'll have a huge bear flag building off of that. I don't think it'll be huge. I think it'll be small and probably have another leg lower, is what the price action implies right now. But definitely falling out of that rising wedge. Still not undercutting this low. We still have higher lows in place. So nothing's definitively like bearish, but I think we're going to get there. I think this top is done. And I think we just witnessed a rollover much earlier this morning, right after I went to sleep. It's pretty funny. About 20 minutes after I went to bed, this thing decided to tank. So I had one vote for the power hour. If you guys want to do a public power hour, let me know. Otherwise, I'll stop it in about 20 minutes. Maybe if you guys want to vote in Slack, just let me know yes or no, and then I'll let the eyes have it. Aviad says just stay here. Do the public? Okay, we can do public power hour. It's a little bit early. What I didn't want to happen was the regular subscribers miss out because they had to work or something like that. Johnny B says, look at the 14th and 23rd of the month. Both times was a sudden large dump to the bottom, but then both times Bitcoin bounced back up. Could it be a repeat? Yeah, well, it can always be a repeat. We always have an opportunity to bounce. We always have an opportunity to come right back. And the only way I think you can really tell is a break of some resistance point in these low levels. So here you had the drop, and then it's kind of a slow curl up, but if you want to kind of think of that as your line right there in the sand, in my opinion, that would be a good point to get back in if you wanted to play that to the long side. Sorry about that. And then, yeah, kind of it started going up there, put in that bull flag. And I was thinking about, actually I was looking at this bar right here as I saw this bar, because the volume thing on Coinbase is very similar. I guess that's a bottoming candle, so that's slightly different. But if you look at it, this most recent candle has a whipsaw effect to it. So we opened here, we were selling off, we opened here, we bounced a little bit, came all the way back down and up lower. So let's go to a smaller time frame and kind of see where we are. Freed, right now, I think it's more likely we go down. I think it's more likely we go down. Did you ever end up covering? Yeah, I wouldn't be touching much right now, barbecue. I wouldn't be doing a whole lot right now. Let the market work itself out, especially on the altcoin side with Ethereum. Like, we were pretty long Ethereum, at least I was pretty long Ethereum, and I was hoping it was going to bounce with a lot of the altcoins, but it did not. It was not interested. It came up here and formed a third peak in this symmetrical triangle, started rolling over, and just was not interested all throughout yesterday in having higher prices. And that was I think, a little bit predictive of what happened right there. The price action in Ethereum was just extraordinarily weak. Super, super weak. All right, so looks like I've got some votes for power hour, so let's do this, guys. So through the power hour, we have a routine. Looks like you guys are going to get to witness the awe-inspiring power hour, something like that. But yeah, so we're going to go through that. We go through the top 20 altcoins, and then we have a spreadsheet that we maintain which is probably going to be pretty muted. As you can see, here's the power hour spreadsheet. Dogecoin is green, HOT is flat, and we have, that's about it, guys. Everything is just trashed right now. So we're going to go through the charts. We're going to go through everything and kind of see what's going on with the market. So you guys are going to get a witness of power hour. Wasn't my intention, but I'll do it. I don't mind. So if I do start referring to the spreadsheet, guys, and you guys don't have access to that, but you will see the coins that we track. And I'm probably going to delete a lot of alert levels. This will, if I'm going to do the power hour, this will probably be about a 2-hour stream, and we're going to clear out the spreadsheet, I have a feeling. So let's get to it, guys. All right, so Bitcoin breaking out. In fact, let me pull up the spreadsheet if we're going to do this. There's a guy in a quad rolling around here. If you guys hear that in the background, that's just some douchebag on a quad. All right, so we got Bitcoin, rallying. So let's take a look. We're still, I'm going to do it on Coinbase. We're still above the 200 period moving average on the 2-hour. Let's kind of go back. The last time we were in this situation was right here where we were just above it, and we had a very small consolidation, and then it kind of rolled over, kind of right there when we were just above it. If you guys remember, we were kind of thinking maybe we would come up and test the 200-day moving average. So there's the daily chart on Bitcoin. You can see with like still, 6-7 hours left in the day. Actually 8 hours because it's before the power hour. So 8 hours left in the day. We're going to have a pretty big sell candle. I would assume somewhere up here above this green candle right there, which would be pretty bearish. This is a pretty big red candle as well. We saw that one. And so we kind of ended up rolling over. Yeah, Bitcoin Diamond. What did that do? Oh, that's Bitcoin Diamond shorts. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, Bitcoin Diamond had a pretty big move. Permahoy, did you get in on that, buddy? Are you here? Oh, you know what? I think he's overseas. He can't partake in the power hour, I think, live. Yeah, Bitcoin Gold did okay. Crashed with the market. Anyway. But yeah, so we were thinking about it was maybe going to come up to this 200 period moving average, and what we were discussing yesterday is we were pretty close to here, so it could run up and test it, but it failed that declining wedge right there instead. And being pretty close to the 200-day, maybe that does constitute a test that we were looking for. Sometimes you just kind of have to give the market a little bit of leeway. But you can see the general declining volume, at least on Coinbase here on the daily chart. Right there. We also talked about a bear flag, and we're still within the bear flag, as a matter of fact. And the question you got to ask yourself is, can this be a bear flag? Can this be a bear flag this high up and this long compared to the drop? And my answer to that is I don't know if it's going to be a bear flag, if it's still considered a bear flag. It's in a channel, rising channel. So if you take that from a measured move perspective, maybe we can redraw this trend line now that we have a kind of a swing high that puts us down at 48.90. Back down towards 5K. Very similar to what we had here. Oh, never mind. That's nothing. What happens if we fall out of the bear flag? Well, a bear flag is basically it should be a smaller continuation pattern. I think the bear flag probably should have gone right here. Kind of on this big red candle. That should have been about the length of the bear flag just from a time frame perspective, and then it kind of dropped. It should have dropped, but instead we had a short covering rally, and then there's talk about the tether being issued, and did that cause this entire rally? I don't know, and then there was the guy that shorted, right here, right there, the guy that shorted 70 million, right there. One thing to note, too, that I thought was interesting is these longs never really got going at all. So I don't know how you can have a rally without these longs getting higher. So there you go right there. So for those of you just joining me, we kind of did a public vote. We're going to do a live power hour today. And so we have a script. We have kind of something we do in the power hour. We go through the top 20 altcoins versus the US dollar chart just to keep things on an even keel. And then we go through the power hour spreadsheet. So, yeah, I don't know if I haven't heard that definitive rule, Ted, in terms of 50%, but like I said, just from a visual perspective, I think this looks like a normal, this is where it should have broken down. So I think this is more of a rising channel scenario than a bear flag at this point. I think it's morphed into something greater than itself. A beer drinking game? What, every time I say Bitcoin, you drink a beer? At 8:48 in the morning, you guys are going to have a bad work day. Or a really good work day. Either way, whichever way you want to look at that. No, I'm not falling asleep, Go. I'm good, buddy. I'm good. All right, so right now we are still within this channel, though, so there is a possibility that we turn around. The bottom of the channel right now is about the 6,800 level, so we'll wait and see. But this rising wedge has been broken to the downside on higher volume. That, in theory, should be... Actually, this is the top of your wedge right there. In theory, this should be your basically your signal. But one thing interesting that usually, and this isn't even a counter trend argument, but when you have a smaller pattern inside of a larger pattern, the larger pattern usually wins. And so you see right here, we're within a bearish channel, a rising channel, and we just broke out of a rising wedge. So more than likely we're going to continue lower. More than likely we're going to go lower. All right, let's take a look at Ethereum. We're going to do this on the daily chart, guys, just to keep things in perspective, and then maybe we'll go down to the 2-hour chart. So Ethereum, I mean, that looks like dead to me. That looks like death, continuation. Getting back to 250 really fast. We didn't really bounce at all in Ethereum. This was so disappointing on a lot of levels, to be quite frank with you. For me personally, too, I had a couple of Ethereum positions. I was hoping we were going to go for a little mini rally there. Obviously, we did not. And yeah, we really failed to get over that 300 level. That really proved to be a lot of resistance. First it was 320, then it was 300, and now we're just kind of rolling over. So yeah, this isn't good, guys. Look at that. Take all your emotions. If you remove the price from this chart, which I can do pretty easily, you know, what do you think about it? Remove price from the chart. Remove all bias. And that looks like a continuation to the downside. That's no bueno whatsoever for Ethereum. So sometimes you got to remove that bias. And there you go. Yeah, that's the volume. I was hoping for the upside on one of these two moves, but nothing happening. All right, so XRP. No gold or silver analysis today. So daily on XRP, this was very weak. If you guys recall, we've been talking about this over the past couple of days. Pretty much breezing over XRP because it was so weak, and then we see it break in concert with Ethereum. Bitcoin Cash, which was looking fairly strong last night. I almost went long Bitcoin Cash last night, but I did not, luckily. And I would have been stopped out for sure on that one. But very good volume on Bitcoin Cash there, but... a lot of these coins, you know what? I haven't drawn these, guys. Let's do this real quick. Let's go to Ethereum. Okay, hold on a second. I've got to kill my... As we always do about this time. You kill my tab. Excuse me. All right, so there's our tab on Ethereum. Let's get rid of that so we have more space. So we have these, if you guys remember, I put a video out a while ago regarding long-term trend line breaks. All right, guys, and we haven't discussed this in the Power Hour for a while either, but Ethereum broke that long-term trend line right there, if you guys recall. And we're living below that, so this is just a continuation. We talked about $85 Ethereum possible. Maybe we're going to head down in that direction again. That could be possible. So that's a pretty bad break right there. XRP, there's the trend line in XRP. Again, small consolidation, and we've kind of noted this a little bit is, we're still well under all of these lows. So while things did look a little bit bullish, not really so much. Sell, Ford. You would sell. So, yeah, there's XRP on Binance looking just as bad. You can see the triangle, the failed breakout, lower volume, and that now we're rolling over. Like I said, 8 hours left in this candle right here, so you can expect higher volume here on XRP. Bitcoin Cash, kind of the same thing. Really good volume here. I expected a little more, but this is what started the trendline conversation in Bitcoin Cash. Or Bitcoin Cash started the trendline conversation. You can see right there that it really didn't come close to the trend line. EOS down 11%. EOS was very weak. We actually had EOS off of the spreadsheet for a long time, and we brought it back maybe a week or two ago. About a week ago, as it kind of popped up higher over this. And so far, selling on higher volume, not very bueno. Let's breeze through the daily, and we'll go back to the 2 hour there, guys. So just for you guys that are new here, we're doing our traditional power hour. The group I decided to go live early in the morning just because someone suggested it. I'm like, why not? And then we decided to do the power hour live. So we're doing our normal session, which is going through the top 20 altcoins on the US dollar and then go through the power hour spreadsheet. So we'll get to altcoins in the spreadsheet, guys. Right now we're going to stick through this list. All right, so XLM really didn't get going. The coin that's been holding up the best in the marketplace. Maybe time to have its turn to go down. So you can see there a little bit of elevated volume here in Stellar. Still stuck within this range that we've been discussing, but probably is going to drop off. If you're looking for a short, XLM may be a good candidate, so keep an eye on that. Litecoin elevated volume today after slightly declining volume. It was looking good though. Let's see if we broke this trend line a little bit, not very much though. So we're chopping around. We probably will go lower here as that volume kind of implies, but on the daily so far, nothing really broken on Litecoin yet. Same with Bitcoin. We're still within that channel if you recall. So Cardano, we actually brought Cardano back onto the spreadsheet yesterday, and that's going to be removed today very promptly. So we'll remove that here quickly. IOTA breaking that symmetrical triangle to the downside. Tron breaking that trend line right there. Very elevated volume. You see the decreased volume. Very elevated right now. Ethereum Classic. Very weird trend line, but essentially rolled over. Volume's not very elevated though, which is interesting. Maybe they sold more here than they kind of wanted to. XMR, which we were looking as a good sentiment indicator for the general, for this run. XMR tends to run extremely well, and XMR actually broke that trend line that I talked about. That we've been looking at this trend line since it broke, guys, if you remember. And so I don't know if XMR doesn't really fail. Maybe there's a little bit more hope than last night's action implies. At the same time, XMR down 11%. That's pretty big. We'll go through these back again in the 2 hour charts. So just so you guys know, the power usually runs about 2 hours these days, an hour and 45 minutes. So we'll probably be here for a little while. So Neo had a pretty good run there from 12 up to basically doubling, and still holding up pretty well above this trend line. Need to see what happens there. Dash, everything's down about 10%. It just took the huge hit. Everything's down there pretty big. Omisa go down 12%. Can't wait to see Omisa go. Dash coin breaking. I was also looking at Dash last night. I actually did enter Monero last night. I put a stop loss, a pretty tight stop. I did get stopped. It wasn't too bad. But I did buy Monero. It was looking great last night. Look at that beautiful tight action. The problem was it was mirroring Bitcoin. I'm like, well, if Bitcoin hangs out, the Monero probably will pump to the upside. But nope. Nope, it dropped with everything else. All right, BNB dropped with everything else as well. You can see it broke our trend line right there, guys. And we had that failed breakout earlier in the morning, and then we just broke to the downside. There's NEM. Zcoin, failing with everything else, broke that trend line. Oh, there's another one. Right there. So probably coming back up to that trend line or down to that trend line. See, nothing's really broken here yet. That's kind of that's the thing. So is it early or do we turn around? I guess we're gonna. That's kind of what we do here. during the power hour, see if we're going to turn around. Man, look at the shorts went long there, and the longs got shorter. Very interesting. VET finally failed on higher volume, but that is a potential bottoming candle. All these coins have this exact same pattern. Look at that. I mean, you can look, all these coins, the exact same pattern. So we need to see if some start to break or some start to reverse back to the upside. There's coins that are leaders. There's coins that are going to be followers. Nano here, not rolling over quite as bad, about 6%. Looks like it stopped just shy of those prior lows. That could be a slightly bullish indicator. We got ETP rolling over here, still within the channel though. ONT, yeah, looks like it is being supported. I mean, so far. I mean, the whole market's kind of being supported right now. But yeah, I don't like this for a handle so much anymore. Now that it broke that, we'll have to wait and see though. All right, that was the... actually, that was a 2 hour. So let's do the 2 hour. That was dollar or daily with most of them. So Ethereum, XRP... looks like it's failing before many other coins, so that shows weakness in the market. XRP lately has been a sentiment indicator as well. So we got Bitcoin Cash failing a little bit there. EOS. Wow, look at XLM. Big whipsaw right around there. I'm not sure how to classify that action, if it's bullish or bearish in XLM, but we noted it's still well within this trading range, so not much to do here. From a breakout perspective, we got Litecoin here. So Cardano drop. Looks like it just recently had a being bought up right now. I wonder if XRP is being bought up too. No, it's kind of rolling over a little bit, so probably still moving to the downside. Cardano right there. IOTA, definitively breaking that pattern. TRX, same thing, rolling over, starting to sell off a little bit. Is Bitcoin selling off too? No, it got bought up a little bit. Ethereum Classic obviously rolled over. XMR, Neo. You know what, guys? Give me a second. Hopefully everyone got here, but I'm going to check the actual power hour room just in case some people are sitting in there. Paul, all your alerts are going off right now. All right. Let me hold on a second. I'm in a live stream. I'm trying to open up my events to get to the room, so it won't let me do anything. It won't let me see. Okay, I got to go to the website. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Well, if someone from the power hour, if somebody wants to go in there and make sure no one's sitting in the chat, and then I can keep going. If someone can do that, that'd be fantastic. All right, so again, Neo's still above that trend line right there. Probably not going to bounce there. Yeah, I know, Paul. I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny. But yeah, Neo rolling over there. Nice little rounding top type of an action. Let's take a look at Dash. Dash kind of rolling over right there. Coming back into this basing area, but nothing very aggressive here. That's the interesting part. We're not seeing a lot of aggression. Either the selling is just starting or it's abating already. That's kind of the dichotomy that we're stuck in right now. So BNB crossed right here. We can probably redraw that trend line. That looks like a much better trend line right there. Volume elevated. There's NEM. Zcash rolling over in a pretty high volume. You have a few high volume areas right there. Normal but not healthy. The moving average in purple is my 200 period moving average. So this would be the 200 period on the 2-hour chart. Still above that in all these coins, as a matter of fact. VET has been one of the leading coins for a while now, along with Nano and ONT. VET down percentage-wise, but from a charting perspective, still above the breakout point here from this larger base. So if this is just a one-time event, this can curl back up and go higher. We've got Nano down here, as we noted, not undercutting lows, and volume much muted in Nano. In VET, it is a little elevated, but nothing out of the ordinary. All right, that's that. Let's get to the power hour coins, guys. So I'll pull up the spreadsheet here. For those of you that are just joining us, we are doing our routine for the power hour, basically a live power hour. And we have a routine. We do the top 20 USD coins, and we just did that. And now we're going to do the power hour spreadsheet, and we're going to go through. We have about 50, 60 coins, 70 coins that we track, and so we're going to go through these. And we also have alert levels that we set. One of our members, Paul, was nice enough to write a Slack alert bot. So within the power hour, you guys do get alerts as well. So everyone thank Paul. Those were Paul's alerts going off earlier. All right, guys, let's start at the top. Well, let's see what's moving. Pretty much nothing. We got hot BTC at 18. Is that thing still moving? Hot. There's our ICO breakout point for hot. Rallied, but then looks like it's pulling back a little bit with everything else. What up, Mel? Yeah, guys, hit the like button. If you guys haven't liked the video, please go ahead and do so. Please hit the like button. If you guys haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. If you guys haven't joined the Power Hour, if you're interested, you can go to realcrypto.com and go to services, and you can join the Power Hour right there. So, and you're getting a Power Hour today, apparently. So, thank all the members, guys. Thank all the members that are sharing me with you today. But man, hot is the only thing that's working today. What else is not really going down? ETP flat. Man, ETP still flat, guys. Still hasn't completely broken down. A lot of strength in ETP. I don't know what's going on there, but there's a lot more people here now. Do you guys know what's going on with ETP? It's up like 500% from these lows on insane volume. Well, it was up 500%, 427% against Bitcoin. I mean, here's the daily on ETP. We had insane, good volume come back in. It's remained elevated. So, yeah, ETP's just looking fantastic. Or has looked fantastic. I'm not sure about looking fantastic right now, but oh, Mac, you sold your hot. There you go. Good job. All right, so let's get back to the spreadsheet here. All right, so ETP, we have 47,128 is our alert level, and that's still valid. Has not been triggered. I said possible pullback by here. However, the coin is very extended. VET, our note is breakout from cup and handle, which was right there, and we did break out, although we subsequently rolled over. So most of these notes, guys, keep in mind if you're looking in the spreadsheet later, a lot of these notes are going to be probably slightly outdated because of when I'm posting them, and we're going to be looking at support levels like in VET. Here's a very clearly well-defined support level that is still held. So if we're still chopping around and fail to go through these support levels, keep that in mind if you guys are viewing this video later. If we don't go through these, then we're probably going to maybe reverse and go higher. We'll have to see. All right, so VET pulling back to a potential support level. I'm going to kind of view these regardless of what Bitcoin does, but keep in mind our note still says market rolling over from recent highs, mixed action across the board, caution is warranted. That's been up there on the spreadsheet, guys. That still remains. So we have support, pulling back to support, pull back to support level. And I have 270 as our alert level. That has to remain. ICX rolled over pretty hard here, also sitting at a support level, briefly undercut it. ICX, we have early buy point and breakout, 13,080. That is still valid as an alert level. I don't know, guys. We could do an alert maybe mid level up here, kind of in this area here. There's a little swing low right there that if we get above that could be an early entry signal as an alert if you're not watching this. So, you know, let's do this. Let's do 1222 on ICX with a trailing 0. This alert is an early indication of possible returning to normal. So I don't know if this is still, we should keep this in green above the fold, guys. I'm not sure if we should keep that above the fold, but let's do it for right now. It is above the overall resistance. Basically, this is your pivot point right there at about the 1160 level, right about there, right where that line is. And so we're still pivoting. As a matter of fact, I can probably extend that line out. There we go. Let's extend that line out. So, I mean, there's a possibility that we bounce back here and then go on to complete the symmetrical triangle or something like that. Let's move on to MFT, down 10%. I actually got out of this one last night before the breakdown. I just didn't like how it was looking. And let's remove MFT from the green and from the top of the spreadsheet. Let's put it back down with the normal coins. As a matter of fact, yeah, let's just do that right now. Let's drop it below ONT. Next up is Dash. Rolling over quite aggressively all the way through this support level. Higher volume on that candle. Not looking so good right now. Monkeytron, you got a short down here. Completely forgetting about the ascending channel. Do it. What on what, Monkeytron? What coin? What coin? All right, so Dash rolling over here, not really looking that great anymore. Didn't hold this support level, based a little early on Bitcoin. All right, we'll go take a look at Bitcoin real quick. Well, an ascending channel is bearish, Monkeytron, so I don't know if it's of concern. To be honest with you, I think you can probably hold. I think you can probably hold your short if you wanted to. Yeah, I think the more important thing to do is see if, I mean, if we can get above this 70.68 level. I'm not sure where I'm not sure where you entered that, but if we start going above this 70.68 level, there's a possibility that we could reverse and just continue higher. So keep that in mind. All right, let's get back to the spreadsheet. We were on Dash. I think we were on Dash. Dash rolling over. I'm not really liking the looks of this. So we had, Dash looked really good. It came out of pretty much nowhere and then started kind of rallying. And then we had a level right here. But we failed to maintain that, what should have been a support level. So I'm gonna remove Dash as well. I'm going to move that lower, probably just below ontology there. And that's going to need a little bit of time to come back. All right, so here's Neo. Neo having some pretty interesting gyrations here, much broader than many coins. There's a bit more buying, and then the selling came right back in. So we'll see what happens here, but it's still being supported by a longer-term trend line for sure. So there's one right there on the 2-hour chart. There's another one here. It looks like right there as well that we're well above Neo. And keep in mind, all these are against Bitcoin. We have the other one that's versus the dollar. And we have most of the power hour spreadsheet coins are against the Bitcoin. So this is going to look a little bit different than the one we looked at earlier. So we got lots of trend lines and stuff going on here. Blah, blah, blah. Support level. So against Bitcoin, we're doing pretty good there. All right, let's take a look at ZIL. Sorry, guys, I'm not going through too many questions. I'm kind of just breezing through the power hour here, to be honest with you. Ford, I did not see your question. A doji on the 4 hour? Let me go check. Yeah, it could be a little bit of a doji. The problem with that, in my opinion, is it just came after a huge, massive candle, so it kind of loses its importance if it's that close to a huge candle. At least in my mind, like if you see a doji at a low volume top, that could be indicative of something, or a low volume bottom, that could be indicative of something. Especially if the doji itself is in higher volume. I'm trying to see if there's an example here, but I would view it with much. I don't give it as much relevancy if it's right next to a huge candle. It's kind of like, you know, here's a million candle watt spotlight, and here's a one candle. It's kind of what it looks like to me there. But yeah, you could consider that a doji. Not the best doji, but it could be a doji. And to be honest with you, dojis really aren't great signals overall just by themselves. Like I said, if there's no doji up here, but if there was a doji up here, that would be a pretty decent little signal. And you know, dojis don't always get made. It's just they're kind of weird. Dojis are kind of weird. It's good to notice them, but they shouldn't lead your trading in any way, shape, or form. All right, where are we here? We were at Dash. We were at Neo. Yeah, so Neo. Let's go back to the 2 hour chart. Neo whipsawing around there a little bit, looking like maybe we'll do a head and shoulders pattern. We could curl back up and form a shoulder. That would be fairly interesting if we failed at that 3,200 level. That wouldn't be too bad right there. But there's that versus Bitcoin and Neo. There's that recent high. We tried to break above that, and then we had this bring us back down. So that's our pivot point right there, is 31.96. Our note on Neo is 31.96. So there we go. That's our alert level. All right, ZIL rolled over. ZIL is also in the top range. What that means, guys, is that I've got kind of an above the fold situation going on here. Let me do this real quick, guys. I'll show you guys the spreadsheet right there. So there's the spreadsheet. So what we have here, just so you guys know, I've got a couple of notes up here. You know. This is a bear market. I got a couple of TBAs, technical buy area. I got a couple of notes up here, and then here we track kind of the top Coinbase Pro coins plus XRP because it is ranked number 3. So we put that in there, and we had 2 alerts here on Ethereum, which is why there's so many. Also, we have coins that are healthier, at least what I view as healthier, above the fold here, and these are coins we have alert levels on. And then timestamps for my notes. So I put a note on all of these coins. And then below that is just coins we like to look at with no alert level because there's nothing. Then we have purgatory coins that just look like garbage that at some point we want to get out, but we don't want to lose track of them. So this is what we're doing in the spreadsheet, just so you guys kind of get a feel for it. All right, so ZIL right there above the fold. Going to move that back down below the fold, as a matter of fact. That's a pretty big bottoming candle, though. Pretty big bottoming candle, but so far kind of a... Oh, so there's its long-term trend line. We talked about that a while ago, guys, and you can see right there it's respected that so far. Monero, the only one that's really broken that to the upside. So we'll see if Monero is going to be our leader. If this turns around, then you will view Monero as a leader, period. Yeah, I'm going to move ZIL down a little bit. There you go, just below the fold. But I'm leaving Neo above the fold for right now because it's still holding up really high, even though it is beneath this pivot point. I'm just going to give it a little bit more time. All right, so Dash, we noted MFT. We rolled over from that trend line. We took that off at the top of the fold. Digibyte was looking pretty good on lower volume, rolling over with the rest of them. So healthy volume expansion out of larger consolidation looking good is the note here. So far, that note's not valid anymore. And I've got an alert level of 444. We can leave that. No harm in that. XVG dropping to a prior support level right on my trend line there. That's interesting. I don't have any note for, oh no I do. 227 is prior breakout level. Look for a possible test of that area. So there's 227. We're at 229. And XVG I have 271. So we're getting a lot of tests, not a lot of breaks yet. Not a lot of breaks yet. So maybe a place for low risk entry, guys. Definitely could be possible for some of these. What up, Vlad? Yeah, we kept VIA, buddy. Yeah, I don't think we're really removing too many coins from the spreadsheet anymore. We may put them in purgatory, but I don't think we're going to be really deleting a lot of coins. Couple questions. Pierre asks, is Neo a good buy? I don't like the setup in Neo at all. I mean, I don't like the setup in any of these, especially Neo. I don't like the wide and loose action. I wouldn't arbitrarily buy it a low. If this thing continues, guys, it will continue and it will get bad. So I don't know if I would start arbitrarily bottom buying here. That's very, very dangerous. Define a bottoming candle. Yeah, so a bottoming candle. Where's a good bottoming? Bitcoin has. I don't have Bitcoin on my screen though. Dash probably has a good bottoming candle. That's a topping candle. That's a topping candle. So topping candle is the opposite of a bottoming candle. Oh, okay. MFT's got a good bottoming candle. So no, it doesn't. Darn it. I want to see like a very well defined bottom. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. Maybe EOS has one. Anyway, a bottoming candle is a candle that has very high volume at the bottom and hopefully closes towards the top half of the range. So here's a bottoming candle in Walton Coin, which has recently been pretty healthy. Well, either way, that's a bottoming candle. The volume isn't very aggressive, but I thought for some reason my eye went to that green volume. Don't ask me why. Anyway, yeah, but a bottoming candle is a candle that's on higher volume at a low point and usually doesn't get undercut. Although I recently did a survey of bottoming candles. There's actually a good bottoming candle right there. That's a pretty good bottoming candle. The problem is it doesn't have to like completely be the bottom. We can roll over because this is a pretty aggressive sell-off. So, but I recently did a survey of tops and bottoms in Ethereum. And the bottoming candles are pretty prevalent in terms of high volume. If you have high volume in a bottoming candle, it looks pretty good for a bottom. High volume tops, not so much. You're about 40% where the actual high volume is at the top, and the rest of the time you're looking at 1 or 2 days prior. And then our Pete said ETH 250 seems to be Bitcoin 580, as in is proven to be a good for bounce plays. My thoughts on that. Yeah, so we can go back there, our Pete. So Ethereum very close to 250, Bitcoin very far from 5,800. And Bitcoin's been tested that level a number of times now where Ethereum has not. It's only been at 250 once. So I would anticipate 250, well, I guess now twice. 250 so far is proven to be good support, but if that breaks, man, I think it's just going much lower. Bitcoin, on the other hand, down at 5,800. If we get down to 5,800 again, like actually print 5.8, you know what I'm saying, like the 58 handle, I think we're gonna break it. I don't know if it's gonna be right then when it happens, but again, the more times you test the trend line, the more likely it is to fail. And with another lower swing high in place here, if we go all the way back down and test that again, Maybe we get another bounce. We were thinking this was going to be our last bounce. Maybe this is our second to last bounce. We'll have to wait and see there. But if you want to counter trend trade these, Pete, very tight stop losses. Very tight stop losses. And I'm not really mad at that trade, to be honest with you. Like, if you wanted to put a stop loss here at like 245, give it some room, right? 240, 245. Maybe you can do that, but I think it's really risky. We had plenty of time here to rally. Plenty of time to rally in Ethereum. It did not. Okie dokie, dokie dokie. Permabulls. Yeah, here's the permabulls end up causing the capitulation, Eli. That's the whole thing. The same thing with hodlers, right? We talk about this. Most hodlers aren't hodlers. They may think they are. They may wear the T-shirt. They may whatever, but they're not true hodlers. The true hodlers literally will never sell. But there's people that will sell when Bitcoin breaks 5,000. They'll sell. It's too much pain. They're not hodlers. Now again, not everyone. Not everyone. All right, let's get back to the spreadsheet, guys. Get back to the program. Ontology rolling over. We took it down. Dash, MFT, Digibyte we talked about. We talked about Verge coming back to a potential support level. And like I said, a lot of things are supportive. And I said this a while ago. You're going to see a lot of support levels being tested. Wait and see if they're broken. If they're not broken, then maybe we can continue higher. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of this DGTX. Are you guys spamming my channel, or are you guys like actual people? So, just asking. Just asking. All right, so SC, let's take a look at SC. Looks like it came down to a breakout point. Here's our cup with handle in SC. There's our volume expansion. And actual people, fair enough. Just got to ask. Anytime I see like some weird coin just being shilled on the channel, occasionally you get some bots in here or something. Well, thank you. No, I'm not shorting this one, Gurdeep. Not shorting it. Just cash. No shorts, just cash. Man, you don't like me, Gurdeep, do you? You somehow hawk my channel and just like to shit on me. Can you? What's your deal? Seriously. I don't understand. I never get to talk to my trolls. Now that I get to talk to a troll, what's your problem? I do technical analysis. I didn't say I'm not one of the guys that says Bitcoin's never coming back. That's not something I say. So I don't understand you people that think that just because I read something in a chart implies that something other than it's just in the chart. Anyway, if you have a response that's logical, please post it. Sidecoin also respecting this trend line. We've got a lot of these trend lines being respected. Not too many being broken yet. We have had highly elevated levels, and so we'll just see what's going on there. You want to know I'm long term? That means nothing, Gurdeep. I'm a trader. I trade. That's what I do. I go long when I need to go long, go short when I need to go short. That's all there is to it. Nothing else. All right. So yeah, SC, a lot of these, like I said, supporting resistance levels. And yeah, some of these candles do look like bottoming candles, but it just needs some time, guys. These just need some time. It's going to take time to really see what this means. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to see yeah, it's hard to see what's going to happen immediately after these drops. You need to see the next, the next day or so to see what's really going to happen with some of these. Anyway, guys. Guys, I don't mind if you guys challenge my analysis whatsoever. I mean, challenge my analysis, but some of the comments that what gets me is just this, and I'm not trying to make fun of you, Gurdeep, but it's just the stupid comments. It's like your comment has no, like right there, Bitcoin down, do you feel better? That has no, what's the word I'm looking for? There's no argument there. There's no, you're wrong. There's no, oh, but look at the 200-day moving average. You've been bearish lately. I see a lot of bullish signals. These are my bullish signals. Guys, challenge me all you want. I don't care. You know what I mean? You're going to trade your account. I'm going to trade my account. It's all good, but it's just, it's the mindless comments. There's no thought behind that comment. There's no thought behind that comment. And that's what a troll is. So anyways. Well, Gurdeep, if you go back in my videos, I actually walk you through that analysis, and you can disagree with that all you like. All you like, but it's not funny at all. 3,600 is 86%, which Bitcoin's done 3 times in the past. That's 3,600. So, and yeah, the hodlers are usually the guys that come back. Well, guys, I'm gonna get off it in a second here, but you guys were harping on it as well. I'm just simply trying to say that if you want to join the conversation, everyone's welcome to join, but make it a substantive contribution to the conversation. That's all. Substantive contribution. All right. Kevin, did I lose on Ethereum? Very little. I lost very, very little. Like, very little. Like $50 on a $8,000 position. It was like very, very small. Do I use TD sequentials? No, I don't. That's something new, and I don't know where the hell it came from. I've never heard of it before. I don't know if it's been made up but I don't know. I'm not going to pay for an indicator that I'm probably not going to use. So, all right. Anyway, back to the spreadsheet, guys. Getting back to the spreadsheet. Okay, so we got EOS here rolling over. Look at that. We talked about that head and shoulders on EOS a few days ago. It was going sideways for a little bit, and then where's our target? Looks like we don't have a target here on EOS. Let's go ahead and put it up there. Broke right there. So a target on EOS is 79.64. 79.64. On EOS. And the guys that doesn't think technical analysis works, I mean, there's another example. Guys, no system is foolproof, I will say that, but TA is a pretty good guidebook. It's a pretty good guidebook. It's not always perfect. Not everything works in technical analysis. I actually, someone said something, and I posted what I thought was a pretty cool comment. I said, technical analysis is not a shotgun effect, it's a sniper effect. Okay, what you're going for is very pointed action, very pointed movements. You're not looking to analyze every chart and trade every chart. You only want to trade what works within your style. And if technical analysis is your style, you only work with what has the best technicals. And EOS here on this short looks like pretty good technicals. Never really put your short in danger, and so far could have had about 8% profit there. What's our note on EOS? I have no note on EOS, just a 91,960 due to the cup with handle. And I'm actually going to remove that because that's kind of lower. I'm going to move EOS down into the coins that we have with no alert level. And I'm going to put it under IOST. So if you guys wonder what I'm doing here, you guys are involved in a live power hour session. And I'm doing my spreadsheet management. We maintain a spreadsheet during the power hour. And I like to manage the order of the coins with the spreadsheet. Just makes my life a lot easier. Um, where are we at here? Walton Coin was next. Walton Coin's been very bullish lately, although we did break this rising trend line right there. Um, hmm. This was on our at the top of our list for a while, as you know, as we were trying to come through here. This was towards the top above the fold. Bounced off trendline. Alert is easy. Alert is early entry over recent resistance, so that alert level has been negated so far. And I think I'm going to move this down as well. I think Molten Coin may be done right now. So I'll keep the alert level on it. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to keep the alert level. Let's keep things clean, guys. All right, move Walton Coin down as well. What's... Oh, Key is next. Okay. So if I don't get to your guys' chat, bear with me. The power hour usually takes about 2 hours these days. Hour and 3/4 to 2 hours. So we try to get through our analysis so we can see the general sentiment on the market. And so I'm trying to keep things moving here. So if I miss your question, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to move on with the general program. All right, so self-key. There's your resistance level, and very well respected, coming back down to right in the middle of the channel. So key, not really doing a whole lot there. We can go on to move next on key. Okay, key. Gonna remove all of my notes there. SC. Let's get to my notes. Very healthy pattern. That's no longer valid in SC. I want to keep things clean here, guys. XVG 227 is prior breakout level. Look for a possible test of that area. We're at that right now, which means we've gone a little bit lower. So we'll see if we break here, guys. If something's happening, shout it out, please, because I'm going to just keep going with the program here. You guys are pretty good with that anyways. We got, where were we? We were on key. All right, Loom is next. Wow, that's a bottoming candle. Look at that. On Loom. We took the alert level off. We took the 1810 as our alert on Loom, which is very, very high. I think right now 1637, but based on this action, I don't know. That came down so far so fast. It's such a big candle in terms of volume and price breadth that, well, I still think it's going to roll over. It's kind of a garbage coin, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and omit our alert level to 1641. Nano. So Nano rolling over here. On Bitcoin, we undercut this. We still above the head, though. I think it's the same way on the dollar on Nano. Our note on Nano is stuck in a downtrend. Look for trendline break for entry, 42.240. Let's adjust that again today as 41.69. ADA. Do I think Bitcoin hasn't bottomed yet? My general thesis on that is no. That's my general thesis. Is no. I expected a top up here on Bitcoin. I didn't. 2 days ago, I almost did a video. No, it was last night. I almost did a video about look for a Bitcoin sell-off here, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I always get a little bit too scared at those extreme tops to do stuff like that sometimes. But yeah, we talked about shorting Bitcoin or longing Bitcoin on confirmation. But even I don't think you take Bitcoin to the long side there last night. I don't think you take it to the long side because you're too close to the 200-day moving average. That is always going to be a good point of resistance until we definitively break it. But I want to see the break and probably a retest before you're really interested in going long. But confirmation on short was last night. If you had a limit sell order in for that, you're good to go. All right, guys, bear with me for a second. I'm going to hit the restroom. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. H pattern on Ethereum USD 15-minute. Yeah, I think there's probably a lot of H patterns. We're looking at the 2-hour max. So, yeah, we'll go take a look real quick. 254. Oh, yeah, definite H pattern. Absolutely. Wow, increased volume to the downside there, guys. Let's see what happens here. All right, back to the spreadsheet. We were on SC Key Loom Nano. We were on Nano. Nano looking like an H there on the 15-minute as well. I think a lot of these coins are going to have the same patterns. We've seen this, guys, if you remember the past, 2 weeks? All you Power Hour members, we've talked about all these coins have all the same patterns. You want to look for the ones that are bucking the trend generally. Bucking the trend is the concept here. But in these downtrends, guys, nothing's bucking the trend. We're still in the bear market. It's still a bear market. Nothing's confirmed to the upside. People always try to call the bottom too early. It's very, very common. I mean, it's probably the most common thing is people trying to call bottoms too early. So Nano, not much going on here. I deleted my note. I still have my entry, or yeah, my alert level is at. I did not. You know what? I'm going to leave it there. We are still stuck in a downtrend until we break this head. I'm not going to do too much with it. We put 88 on yesterday, and already in new lows, guys. Cardano already in new lows. This is one of the coins you probably want to short if you're interested, because new lows usually beget new lows. Weakness begets weakness. Strength begets strength. Bye-bye ADA. Off the spreadsheet. You know what? Let's do this. I'm going to put... I guess I could put short under setup, guys. Under base type. Do you want me to put short if we're looking at potential shorts? Because Cardano all-time lows is shorting territory. I mean, don't get it twisted, guys. So let's do that. I kind of like that. Let's just do short. Let's take a peek. Yeah, look at that. Just boom. Didn't even bounce. Just shelved and then rolled right over. Yeah, if this thing bounces at all, it's basically shortable here. Guys, I'm not going to put an alert level for shorts. It's too volatile, I think. And they behave differently than longs. And it's hard to anticipate. Because you want to short on a bounce, ideally. And that's really hard to put some... it's really hard for me to put alerts for 24 hours on that. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put short on ADA. And you know what? I kind of want to highlight it too. Let's see. Red? Yeah, I'll put it red and I'll just put short. That way you kind of know it may be a potential short candidate. Yeah, we haven't been doing well. We've been rallying lately, so we never really did that too much. But I think Ethereum USD is probably good for a short here if we break 250. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete one of them, and I'm going to yeah, 250 is our level on Ethereum for a short. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm really surprised Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin don't look weaker. That's one thing that's a little bit unexpected. XRP, however, where's XRP? Is it coming up? Did we pass it? No, we didn't pass it yet. Okay, there's XRP. All right, let's keep going here, guys. Theta. So Theta rolled over. That one's definitely going to be... We're going to drop Theta. Bye-bye, Theta. Let's drop it below XRP. Next up is BAT. Let's take a look at BAT. Whoa, bye-bye BAT. We talked about that right there. BAT's gone. That's probably a good short right there if you guys are able to short basic attention token. It's a little extended. Of course, from a short perspective, everything's a little extended right now. But yeah, BAT looks much better for a short than it does a long, absolutely. So let's go ahead and highlight that in red. Short. And no alert level for shorts, guys. It's just too volatile. Whoa, that was BNB. I screwed that up. So short, if you guys see short on the spreadsheet, it doesn't mean short it immediately. Obviously, you have to wait for a bounce to short these off of, which is why not doing a alert level on that. It's very difficult to do that. Jake, if you're poor, you shouldn't be trading. You should be busting your ass off to save money. You should not be trading. So, just to be honest with you, Jake. I'm Real Crypto. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. You guys should not be trading with money that you need to live with, money that you can't afford to lose. And if you're poor, you shouldn't be gambling. And I don't believe investing is gambling, but I do believe it has risk inherent, similar to gambling, which is why people think it's gambling. It is not, but the risks are very similar. And you should instead of doing this, you should go watch a YouTube video on how to program JavaScript and go get a job. Just to be quite honest with you. You're a student? Then you should be studying. Yeah, I mean, really, to be quite honest with you, I think you should... then what you should do is you should be a student of the markets, Jake. You should be a student of the markets and not try to... yeah, I think you should be a student. A lot of people jump in too soon. Anyway. All right, BNB. Rolled over here. I have 15,757 is our alert level, which is above this area right there. I'm going to keep it up there, but so far double top as we roll over doesn't look healthy for BNB. Gas was looking pretty good. Big rollover volume, not that aggressive. Coming down to a recent support level. We talked about a lot of things going to come to support levels. Here's another one. Wait for trend line to break is my note, and that was back here, so that broke, but yeah, 109. I don't know. This whole, yeah, I don't like gas. Is just weird. It's just freaking weird. No cup with handle on gas anymore. What we have is a pullback to support. That's pretty much all it is. The alert level is recent highs. OST. OST broke that trend line pretty definitively. It's funny because we were living down here a couple of days ago, then we rallied yesterday, and then now we're all the way back through the symmetrical triangle, even undercut support here. So I'm going to go ahead and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take this off the top. Yeah, Eli, I got out of Twitter too. Kind of earlier when you mentioned it, I think I got out at around the same time out of Twitter. So let's take OST down. NXPS is next. This thing was having a pretty good day. Started rallying and then pulling back. We still have the same alert on NXPS we've had for a while. Where the hell's... Oh, there it is. Okay. Inverted head and shoulders. That's still valid. 30 is our level. So we've had that same alert level for a long time. No reason to change it now. GVT pulling back to a support level. Another support level pullback. See right there in GVT. Yeah, not really. I'll leave my alert level is 96,250. Right about there. So that still seems valid. Yesterday it chopped around that, so I'm actually probably going to have to move that. That is not valid. There we go. So now our alert level is going to be 103,500. IOTA. IOTA's thinking about dropping too. I think everything's thinking about dropping. Absolutely. All over the place. ETH dropping hard? Okay. Let's go. BitMEX is so overloaded right now. Yeah, we just mentioned shorting ETH. We just looked at that H. Just keep hawking it, guys. I think BitMEX is just freaking frozen. There's just so much going on right now. Wow, it's just so overloaded, isn't it? BitMEX is broken. All right, we talked about those support levels, guys. Yeah, looks like most of them are being broken right now. ICX support gone. VET not quite yet. Mel still looking good? XMR still looking good there, Mel? Yeah, we noted that earlier. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going on SNT. We just had that ETH alert below 250 there. A little late, but better than nothing. Bouncing a little bit there, so maybe we'll get a second chance to short here. Let it bounce. I think I'd let it bounce right there. All right, let's keep going there. SNT is what I have next up on the docket. That's not right. That's just where someone's cursor is. We were on IOTA. That's where we were. Absolutely. They do pretty good, Monkeytron. I mean, they do pretty good. It's basically you're watching a dead cat bounce. That's pretty much what it is. IOTA could be good for a short here. I mean, it popped up pretty high. If you notice, still never really got definitively above prior support, depending on where you want to call it. And then now rolling over, coming back to prior support pretty much right now. Probably going to act a little bit as resistance on the way down, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But what's my note on IOTA? I don't have any notes. I just have an alert level, which, you know, I'm just removing IOTA from that. Guys, I can put it up here to short. You guys want to put it up here to short? I mean, we could, but I don't know who can short IOTA. Yeah, we'll short IOTA. It's mainly a piece of garbage. WAN is up next. What's up, Calix? Yeah, we're doing a live power hour today, so we're in the middle of the spreadsheet. I saw that Binance down 74%. Yeah, is what it is. Coming down to a prior support level. Need to wait and see if this holds here. I just have a 20,000 alert level on it. I have no note. There really wasn't much to say. Tron rolling over out of this triangle. Tron probably was a good short candidate too. Look at that. Didn't really even stop. Wow. Probably because it's on BitMEX. That's probably why. I said price action looks bleak. Yeah, you think? QKC, oh, really failed out of that. Pretty good volume coming all the way down through the symmetrical triangle. So far trying to find some support. Broke out Alerta's new high at 600. So that broke for a minute. And that's pretty much negated that symmetrical triangle. So I'm going to yeah, get rid of QKC, move it down. CMT is next. All right, CMT, you're leaving. We talked yesterday about removing you, and today we're removing you. Same with NXS, you're going bye-bye. NXS is over CMT. Syscoin is next. Eek, you're going down too. Told you guys we'd be deleting a lot of stuff today. If you guys wonder what I'm doing, if you're just joining me, you are in the middle of a live power hour that we decided to do today based on the fact that the market's hot garbage. And I decided to go live anyway, so everyone said, cool, just keep going. So I'm updating a spreadsheet that we maintain in the power hour. Keep track of about 70 coins with notes and alert levels. And we actually even have a small alert system through our Slack group. So if you guys are involved in the power hour, you get access to the alert levels as well. Strat. So there's that prior support in Strat. Looks like it's just been undercut a little bit. And yeah, that's not good volume on Strat. Let's remove Strat down under Omise Go. Nebel is next. Looks like Nebel's cut through its trend line. Yep, right there. Bye-bye, Nebel. Some of these may go to purgatory in a couple of days. ZRX. Also new lows, actually breaking through support already. We do have prior support way down here. If this breaks in ZRX, guys, this is going to get pretty brutal pretty quick. This is, well, I don't know about pretty quick. We're already down pretty far, but I think it's going to probably break down further. ZRX, I think, is probably a short candidate. Now again, you want to try to short these on bounces. Don't short these as they're, unless they're dropping through support, which is kind of up here. Maybe ZRX is still shortable right there. I'm not sure. Status. What is this? SNT? Oh yeah. Well-defined trendline break. Yeah, this was it. Look at that. It tried yesterday. The whole market looks like it tried to rally yesterday, and then we just failed. So that is not. This is a. We were waiting for this to break for a little bit. I kept it up here. I didn't quite know why. Then we had these three tops. I knew. Then I'm like, okay, there's a well-defined trend line here. And then it tried to break. Look at the volume, and then the subsequent throwing back through all of that action. Very unhealthy. This is just a small, a small microcosm of that, but it is no bueno. No bueno. SNT, bye-bye. Take a look at Knowles. Knowles broke that long-term trend line, it looks like. We've had that for a while. And I got to let Knowles go too. So I may have to re-go through these again, guys, based after the recent market break, seeing what's held, what's not. Hot's nice. Hot's flat. It's not breaking down. I got 23 as our new high point, which is still valid. And I'm going to do, let's just do 19. Still holding up. Much better than most. However, it's still a small Satoshi coin. So, you got to have caution with these really small Satoshi coins. QSP. Whoa! That looks really bad. It looks worse than most. I don't know why, but it never had the major bounce, I think. I don't know why. That looks worse than a lot of them. Well under the 200 period moving average, chopped around, just dropped. Quantum Stamp, you're dead, buddy. Wow. That's no bueno. You may be in purgatory. I may send you right to purgatory. Dogecoin is next. Yes, we decided to put Dogecoin on the spreadsheet yesterday. And someone had a short I mentioned to cover here or here, so that person should be out. Unfortunately, I forget who you are. And yeah, so far not too bad. So far, Dogecoin kind of holding up in a market that's kind of weird. Now, I believe they're doing a token swap today, if I'm not mistaken. So I would probably look for a break of this in the near future. Sell the news type of a situation. Yeah, John, we'll do that a little bit later. So it looks like you're just joining us. We're doing a live power hour today. And so we're going through our routine that we do every single day, 7 days a week at Real Crypto. And we're about halfway through it, I think. Actually, a little more than halfway through. We're through most of the alerts, so we're over halfway through it. And we'll go back and look through it, those USD pairing coins, in a little bit. What's my note on Dogecoin? Nothing. I deleted it all. And I guess I don't know if this is going to go up. I have a hard time going long in this market, but for those of you that are crazy, 81's your alert level. ELF still sitting at support along with a lot of things. It hasn't quite broken down yet, but volume isn't looking good. Try to break out of this symmetrical type of a pattern. It's not a textbook pattern. We have this big area up here that I omitted just because this trend line fit the pattern better. But ELF not looking super healthy here. We had an alert over the takeout of resistance. Looks like that was hit up here. And yeah, so crashing down with the rest of it. But no major level there in ELF. Guys, I think the market's... It's going to take a lot for this thing to come back, and I don't know if it has it in it. You made money on the short, Mel? Nice, Mel. I like it. Good job. I like it when you guys tell me you made money. That's good. Good, good, good. Yeah, let's go. I'm just gonna move ELF down. It hasn't broken yet. I don't know what to do. Let's do alert at 62.28. Guess I just figured out what to do. All right, so we got ZCL. Oh, Pay is next. Excuse me. Sorry, Pay. I didn't mean to omit you. Relative strength much? Look at that. Only down 2.7% in a market that's down 10. And early breakout with failure to go higher. Wait for consolidation. And then my alert is at 10,000 up here. I'm still going to keep that alert level up there. I'm going to put Pay consolidating. Holding up much better than most. Z Classic down 15%. You may go straight to purgatory, my friend. Yeah, let's do, unless you guys can short Z Classic, I'm going to take it straight to purgatory. Bye-bye. And not going to be interested until we hit 121193. So just so you guys know, when we put something in purgatory, it goes down there with an alert, and so if we need to bring it out of purgatory, we will. And actually, I need to move it down. We were in dock. Dock, undercutting recent lows, not doing too bad. I've got potential breakout from great volume area, which it was. We had a pretty good volume area, but no real movement, so that note's no longer valid. No, that's Pay. Dock is potential breakout. Okay, there we go. 292 is my alert level. We can maintain that. Nothing crazy going on there, but I just removed the note. Power, great volume. See what happens. Not anymore. Let's see what happens. Well, you saw what happened. Gosh. The markets are interesting, guys. Everybody wants the markets to go up. Even me. Guys think I'm perma-bears. Even I want the market to go up. But when it just looks bad, it looks bad. And coming out of the recent, I talked a little bit, probably not in any public videos. We talked a little bit about this in the Power Hour, about potential capitulation of the alts based on recent action. And it looks like that may have just been negated. And that's pretty scary if that kind of action gets negated, because we had some very high volume areas and some good high quality coins. And if we're going to roll back all the way through that, guys, we're just not done yet. You guys aren't scared. I used an analogy once that people keep talking about. It's like, capitulation is when there's a fire in the next room and you're throwing your baby out the window. That's capitulation. When you want to throw that baby out the window, you think it's over, that you're going to throw your baby. That's capitulation. Okay, let's get through the coins that I don't have alert levels on anymore. There's a bunch that we've already gone through, so we'll breeze through those and see if they still look horrible. Before that, Omisego. Wow, look at all that red volume in Omisego. Finally had some green volume yesterday, we noted, coming out of that trend line. And what was our note on Omisego? Broke out, but pulling back very hard. 462. 462. What's my timestamp for that note? You guys are great with your timestamps. 9/4, so that was yesterday, 1743. So right there, that must have been where I said pulling back very hard. So I believe I kept that 462, which is basically the buy point for this breakout right here. It was a little bit elevated. Anyway, whoops, big drop to the downside in Omisego. See you later, alligator. There's that recent low. That doesn't look like such good volume anymore, does it? So I'm just going to leave Omisego there because that's kind of... Actually got Bitcoin Gold here too. Oh, I put Bitcoin Gold here last night. Where is it? Where is it? Someone stole my Bitcoin Gold. I could have swore I put it up here. Maybe I just put it on the spreadsheet. Anyway, Permahoy, that is I put that on there for you, my friend, and I don't think it's doing anything, to be quite honest with you. So it looks like it tried to rally for a little bit there and failed. So if you got that, great. But I'm going to remove it from the spreadsheet because I don't despise mini coins, but I think Bitcoin Gold is probably the stupidest coin in the world. Okay, so let's go. All right, SNT, let's kind of breeze through these ones that don't have any alert levels. See if we need to set any. SNT, we omitted that. QSP, extreme weakness. Neblio, extreme weakness. Strat showing extreme weakness. Syscoin showing extreme weakness. Nexus holding up a little better than most, but I still moved it down. Lots of volume on that right-hand side. A huge double top up there. Don't like that. CMT undercutting much of these recent moves, so that we move that lower. QKC undercutting all the way through that symmetrical triangle, even though it's a little bit higher. OST, wow, really rounding over there to the downside. XRP, oh, this is the one I wanted to put on the short. That's what I wanted to do. Put this on the short list to short, and I'll move it up with all these other ones. Why not? Put it under BNB. And you know what? I'm trying to wonder if I missed something. We've noted the extreme weakness in Ripple the past couple of days. And I'm just wondering if there was something. I mean, we noted that Ethereum. I mean, come on. We knew about Bitcoin. We knew Bitcoin was extended. We knew it was in a rising wedge. The volume was declining. We talked yesterday about that big selling candle on Coinbase. It was evident, a big selling candle. XRP here, we just noted the overall weakness. We talked about that curve, guys. Yeah, we didn't have the curve yesterday. It was just a channel. And then it looks like it started to curve pretty much. Yeah, it barely started the curve. Not enough to notice the curve. But there's the curve, guys, to the downside. I'm just trying to see if there's something I could have done to call that any better. I mean, other than just having a blanket bias to the downside here. XLML, yeah, let me breeze through these coins real quick, and then we'll get to. Is it moving or something? If it's moving, let me know. But otherwise, I just want to finish the spreadsheet out here. CMT, OST. We talked about Theta. Ethereum, Bitcoin. Wow, we noticed the weakness also in Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Damn. IOST, very weak. Walton coin finally broke and broke further since I put it way down here. EOS, huge. Yeah, this market's toast, guys. We were seeing if there was maybe a potential bounce. We were looking for coins that were weaker and coins that were stronger, if you remember, towards the start here of the extreme stream / power hour. And all we're seeing is weakness around. We're not seeing any strength around. EOS didn't have that huge bad candle, so that broke first. We just saw XRP already broke. We saw Ethereum under 250, I believe. We'll get there in a second. KMD Link, Ethereum Classic, we know is just kind of weird. Yeah, undercutting a lot of things right there. APPC, we moved that yesterday, I believe. And we're down to the purgatory coins, which we'll breeze through real quick. Then we'll get back up to the US dollar coins. There's a VIA coin sitting at support right now. Probably will break pretty soon. This looks like a very good short, by the way, if anyone's interested in shorting VIA coin. Look at that. That looks very good. ZEC also looking like a potential good short as we cut through a prior point of support. Power sitting also on that same support, could be good for a short. Syndicator coin needs a little bit of a bounce in my opinion, but probably won't get it. Z Classic here looks very good for a short. Very good for a short. Pretty much right about here. Lack of power hour. Yeah, well, yeah, I get what you're saying. That's pretty good. Pretty good. AE could be good for a short right there. Look at that declining trend line just starting to break. Maybe AE probably could be good for a short right here, as a matter of fact. I don't have AE. Oh, it's not in purgatory. It should be in purgatory. So I'm going to put AE on here for a short. That looks pretty good. Pretty actionable, too, in AE. XLM, yeah, you know what? That did look pretty good for short. We noted that at the beginning. That looked pretty decent. Probably looks a little bit better now. Nebulas and BCN. Let's go back to those USD and let's take a peek again. I haven't. So 65. So continuing to the downside here, guys. This is going to get worse before it gets better. Ethereum took out 250, 242. Definitely worse before it gets better. XRP down 14%. Down a tremendous amount. Well undercutting that trend line right there. Bitcoin Cash. Wow. Completely reversing that move. Coming back down to basically what should be a support point for Bitcoin Cash. But I'm anticipating much lower prices. I skipped over EOS. EOS rolling over right there. Really out of that flag pattern. Was looking very healthy for a while. And then broke with the whole market right there. XLM. Yep. Short that yatch right now. Yeah, probably broke that trend line. We talked about that wide action. Looks like we've already undercut a little bit. You may have to hold through a little bit of whipsaw, but Lumen is the coin that's broken down the least in recent history. So most definitely, I think you should think about shorting that if you have the availability to on your exchange. Litecoin broke that trend line. We really didn't have a clear break when we looked at it before. Now we have a clear break. All these coins are basically shortable. Cardano. So the coins that are the weakest are probably going to remain the weakest, okay? So if you're looking to short, look for coins that are down the most, look for coins that have the weakest action, and they're probably going to remain weaker. IOTA doesn't look good there at all. Tron probably still pretty good for a short here. It's still really weak. It may not look as weak, but you can see here we still never overcut this trend line. There's coins that have taken that trend line out, like I think VET did. Well, no, it actually did not. Wow. Actually, yeah, it did. This was the level. I apologize. That's the level, I think. I think it depends on... What was I looking at? Cardano? No, I was looking at Tron. Anyway, Tron looks pretty good for a short right there. That is, I believe, a BitMEX coin if you're interested in trading Tron. Yeah, it looks like it. But Ethereum, probably going to be the one you're going to want to short the most, to be honest with you. The lack of strength in this pattern is astounding. Just astounding to me, to be brutally honest with you guys. It's very astounding. So we're going to see much lower prices here in Ethereum. Where could we possibly go? Well, let's do this exercise for the 15th time. There's our measured move from a recent breakdown point to our recent low, and we'll take our recent high to our recent low. Takes us down to basically $100 Ethereum. Another 57% to the downside. That would be a logical target. There'll be a logical target right there for Ethereum. Notice I said I don't feel it's going to 100. I said logical target. Again, long-term trend line broke, guys. We had a nice... That was our rally, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was it. That was it. VET finally fully succumbing. There you go. Fully took out that support level right now. It's done. If you guys have altcoins and you have not liquidated them, you need to liquidate. You need to liquidate. So, it just is what it is at this point, guys. Ontology coming back down to that support, but that's probably going to get broken. And that's about it, guys. Let's breeze through these one more time. A lot of stuff has happened. Let me kill my... Oh, it's not even that. Not even that bad. You want to skyrocket, buy ETP. Looking really good. I want to breeze through these one more time. So VET broke through that support. ICX broke through that support. NEO blew through that support. Should add NEO to that short list, guys. Yeah, NEO's a high quality short. It's a little late here. But I'm not looking for much support here at a NEO. If it breaks that support on NEO, guys, it's probably pretty good to go, and it's getting down there pretty quick. So maybe a small consolidation, but I would anticipate things happening. ICX not looking hot. There's NEO. ZIL down 8%, actually looking better than most. Ontology broke more, broke again. Dash, wow, Dash broke down further. And it still wasn't looking too bad. So I got to remove everything from the top here, guys. Going to be resetting these on the spreadsheet. I'm keeping NEO up there for a high quality short. Actually, VET may be a high quality short too. Where's VET? It isn't really selling off that much. If selling gets bigger, this could probably be a very good short because it has had a huge run. Very big run. Probably the same with Nano. Remember, Nano's huge run could be the opposite of that. So looks like we're getting to the head. We talked about not undercutting the head in Nano yet. Looks like we're getting there. This could be a pretty good short. XLM BTC, Mel. Yeah, well, either way, Mel, dollar or Bitcoin, doesn't matter. The price action is the same. At least in my opinion. Yeah, right, Monkeytron? ETP is just gangbusters. I don't know what's going on with ETP. I think the Chinese government's buying them. That's pretty much all I got to say about that. Yes, I did RP, and I told you no, and we're already under 250. Yeah, I don't think you bounce play around 250. I think you may be able to bounce play a Bitcoin at 58 again, but keep in mind if we get back down there again, it's more likely to break to the downside. The more times you touch a trend line, the more likely it is to fail. And a fourth area retest of 5,800 is going to be bad for Bitcoin. Ethereum, you know what? We just broke it, our Pete. I don't think you play the hero here at all. I think this is bad. This is not good. Yeah. So keep in mind, this is a base. This is a breakout, guys. We're in basically a blue sky breakout, but in a bear market mode, which means we go lower. That's pretty much what that implies here. And there was no bounce in Ethereum. It was so much weakness here, but we saw so much strength other places in the altcoin market. And I think this is something that a lot of people, even myself, misjudge from time to time. Guys, we've got two coins in this market, Ethereum and Bitcoin. And You know, sometimes the tail can wag the dog, but other times the dog really shows you the way. And this time, I think Ethereum, and this is what there was a, if you watched in this video, there's a point where I paused for a while. I was trying to think, because Ripple and Ethereum both showed no strength, and Bitcoin Cash followed, um, but Ethereum and XRP just wasn't interested in going higher, and now you're seeing the end result in that. You know, you're seeing a big decline, and that's probably going to continue with this type of action. Probably won't be stopping anytime soon. So I'll be here for a while. What's ICNXBT, Mohammed? ICNXBT. It looks kind of like, I mean, death action, I guess. It's not, the volume's not super aggressive on it, but it looks like it's trying to make new lows, so I would not be interested in that coin whatsoever. And ICNXBT. Yeah, just avoid that thing. I avoid everything right now. Well, Ray, I'm not sure what the next stop is for BTC. We got the 200 period moving average coming up here at 6,800 and change, so probably somewhere around 6,850. I have no idea. Calling each of these legs is very, very difficult. That's not my game, guys. I'm a big picture player, and I think a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people are focused, I say one leg at a time while taking the market cycle in mind. Let me remind you what a leg is. That's a leg. This is a leg. Okay, sometimes I'll talk about where I think it may go on the immediate term, but mainly my videos, when I talk about one leg at a time, I'm talking about leg. This bear flag was a leg. Now I think this turned into something other than a bear flag, but it's still a leg. So, one leg at a time, not 1 2-hour candle at a time. So, what's up, Gomri? How you doing, bud? SRN. All right, let's go. Yeah, let's do a couple of requests here, and then we'll get on with our day. Yep, looks horrible. Mr. Morales. You wouldn't happen to be Gil Morales, would you? I doubt you're watching me if you're Gil Morales. Oh, glad you could join us, Gomri. Thomas says, hey, Randy, I understand the negative 86% history on Bitcoin, but I just don't see it happening because that's your word which kills your argument to me. That would mean Bitcoin is breaking its long-term trend line going back to 2011. Thoughts? Let's look at that. I think I see what you're saying, and I don't really care about a very long-term trend line. Let's go to Bitstamp, Bitcoin. That's going a long time, so I'm actually going to, one of the few times you guys are going to see me pull a weekly chart. And is this on a log scale? Because it's yeah, there's no trend line from 2011 even on this chart. It's going to be at like $500 at this particular point in time, going back from 2011. Yeah, see, that's an important detail. $36.86 is where it's at currently. Yeah, so as we kind of inch higher. So 36, keep in mind, guys, when you hear those really deep those really far out potentials, that isn't like, it's not a dartboard. Like, I'm not bullseyeing that thing. I just want to hit the dartboard. Okay? Picture Bitcoin price action as a huge wall, and I've got a dartboard on the wall. When I say 3,600, that's like the bullseye, but I don't care about the bullseye. I just want to be on the dartboard. So I don't care if it's 4,600, 2,400, whatever it is. I just want to be, I want to understand that we can get down to this area, whatever this area is, right? That's what I'm concerned about. So if it happens to be that we do find support on this trend line, which, yeah, for longer term, I guess that would be good. But yeah, I mean, if this has to be my dartboard, I'm okay with that, you know? Like, if we go down to 4,500, I'm not going to be, you know, yelling and screaming. If we find capitulation at 4,500, I'm all about it. I'm all about capitulation. I'm not about a price level. I'm about price action. I'm not about arbitrary levels. Tyler, in terms of log scale and longer term trends, I guess I'll just read your question. Is there ever a time you should use log scale when drawing longer term trend lines? Sure. Yeah, I don't have anything against log scale, to be honest with you. I mean, at all. In some instances, it works out really well. In others, it doesn't. I think it's another tool that you can put in your tool bag. I think that's cool. And other than that, yeah, I say play with both. Find what works for you on whatever time frame. Like, a lot of guys, like, no, just always uses log. He just always uses log, and it makes his charts look weird to me, but it's comfortable to him. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. What's causing the Bitcoin breakdown today? Well, basically it boiled down to a lack of buying is what it boiled down to. Buying ceased and Bitcoin dropped. That's pretty much what it was. And it could have been a short seller. You know, we did have shorts increase here a little bit. It could have been a short seller that did that, but yeah, you never do quite get to know that. Yeah, our Pete, the 15% thing. I don't know. I don't think it quite worked out. We were $200 above that. So here's the recent high, and then we came down to 12.5%. So it didn't quite work out, but yeah, we were within the vicinity. I mean, look, if you would have put a short here at 72 and give it a 3% stop loss, which is a negligible stop loss, you would have been fine. So I don't know if I want to call that a hit or not. If someone wants to give me credit for that, I'll take it. I'll take some credit. But yeah, no, I think it's within the range. But the whole general theory, though, was higher lows, or lower highs, excuse me. And then Stratra, Randy, aren't horizontal statistically more significant? I'm not sure more about statistically more significant. That would be a very large survey, to be quite honest with you. I'm not quite sure about that. But I think that they're a little easier to trade. Judge's rule hit. All right, Pete, I'll take it. Sold. I'll take it to get to 260. Wow. 250. What will confirm the downtrend? To be quite honest with you, Mohammed, I believe that right now we've already this is confirmation, in my opinion, that we are back into the downtrend. I could be early about that, but I mean, I'm going to be a little more aggressive with my call, I guess. I kind of had the feeling we were going to drop, but I was a little too skittish, and I'm just going to say that we're just going to continue lower from here. Thanks, Go. All right, guys, any more questions? Ladies and gentlemen, we've been going here for, looks like 2 hours now. Pretty much a full power hour session. So if you guys did enjoy what you watched, yeah, I do this every single day. We go through all those coins and everything. So if you do want to join, feel free to go ahead and do so. I'd appreciate it. I know you'll enjoy yourself. Members of the community seem to really enjoy it. Most of them are here today that join us live. A lot of us join us after the power hour for our recorded sessions. Those are always available. I guess since you guys are here, I'll show you, if you log in, what you get with the power hour. And so what we have is you got the live stream, which today is abnormal, and you don't that link actually is to the wrong place. You get all the recorded sessions, so all the way back to March. If you want to see what we talked about on any given day, you can go ahead and do those. Some days we did talk about something significant. So we talked about, WAN Live on April 18th. If you guys want to go back and check it out, some of those videos at certain key market points and what I was saying. So there's all of August, trying to make it easy for you guys. And also, we do have some resources for the Power Hour members. We have the spreadsheet link, which is what we've been managing all day today. The TradingView watch list import for Power Hour coins, which are basically everything on my watch list over here. I'm sorry, is the watch list, or I think it's on the spreadsheet. The Slack invitation for those of you that aren't involved in the Slack room. And then Barzar, which is an indicator that I actually developed myself. Why is this all weird? It's like a mask over it or something. Oh, the whole page is doing that. I didn't realize it did that. Anyway, and then Barzar, which is an indicator that I developed. I don't charge for it or anything. It's just something I've been toying with. So if you look at Barzar, gives you buying and selling signals here. All that's in the power hour. And yeah, we do this every single day, guys. And I know I have a lot of fun pretty much every day. There may be like one day every once in a while where I'm like, oh, you gotta do the power hour, and it kind of feels like a little bit of work, but not really. I really like it. It's a lot of fun. So if you guys are interested, there's the link over there in services. Feel free to join up. Hope to see you guys in there. I'm gonna get out of here. You guys got any last minute questions before I bone out? Wanted to give you guys an opportunity there. Which exchange can new members join and trade with, say, 50K right away? Well, first you have to deposit the money. I mean, I would assume Ford. Coinbase is always a pretty good place to do that. With 50K, the problem is withdrawal. You want to look at their withdrawal levels. Some places will only let you withdraw like 10K a day or 25K a day. Make sure you understand their withdrawal limits. They'll take all your money, but they're just going to give it back slowly. That's kind of what they do. Muhammad sold too early at 6,900 when I was waiting since. Then the breakdown almost converted to a bull. If not seeing your video about Bitcoin not breaking any major resistance. Oh, okay, well, good there, Muhammad. I'm glad I could save you some pain there. That's fantastic. Glad I could help you out. Could you look at BTC chart and compare it to Binance Bitcoin pair? Looks like an amazing inverse position to take. You're saying they're correlated? I haven't actually done that particular exercise. It's intriguing. Let's take a look. There we go. Oh. I didn't want to add it as an indicator, but I guess I'll live. I was going to put it right on the top there. Binance BTC pair chart. It doesn't look like an inverse position to me. I mean, it looks, oh, I guess right there it looks it looks a little inverted now that I zoom out. Oh yeah, I am on the 2 hour. Let's take a peek. Yep, good call. Let's see. So at first it rocketed with Bitcoin. I remember that. So I was brand new to crypto back here. I knew nothing about BNB to even try to partake in that. So it rallied here, then Bitcoin failed, and they kind of a bit of a flight to quality. And then you have where it correlates again, and I think that's going to be a little difficult. Well, BNB coin only goes out so far, and that's all I've got here. Is going back to July 2017. I don't think it goes back any further than that, does it? And that appears to be the whole chart right there. So I guess there's a little bit of an inverted relationship. I don't think it's a little sketchy. It looks like one leads the other. It's kind of what it looks like. Like here's pretty good. Like when you get a high up here and a low down here, and then this breaks to the upside, BNB, you can short it. And then here, yeah, that's a pretty good right there. And then this to me almost acts like a sentiment indicator for Bitcoin where you see the drop occurring. Maybe this was kind of one of those artificial tether pumps or whatnot. It's hard to know exactly why something moves, but maybe in crypto we get a little more transparency. Or do Binance tether? Yeah, it looks okay. It's probably better than most. It's not bad. But see here they're mirroring each other. So you would think that this would be going lower. And so this means one of two things. This means that probably Bitcoin was Sometimes got to think about how that relationship works between the Bitcoin and the Tether, especially in relation to this chart. Look at them both. Bitcoin Tether versus BNB Bitcoin. There's Bitcoin dollar versus BNB Binance. I thought we already did that. Oh, didn't work out. BNB versus BNB. BNB BTC. Where'd it go? Is there a slash I missed or something? Ah, darn it. I screwed it up. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, yeah, it's not bad. I think if you can kind of find a way around the whipsaws, then maybe that would be good. What up, 9009? The market is up. What market? The stock market? Oh, we bounced back a little bit right there. PKG. Garmin. Yeah, Garmin looks pretty good there. Oh, that's Regeneron. Core's looking pretty good. Fizz doing good. FFIV pulled back a little bit. Workday, Twitter down tremendously. Here down a lot. Looks like Match came back. That's good. What are things going to happen with Cardano? Let's take a look at Cardano. I think it's going to be super cheap. If you think this is cheap Cardano, be ready to buy super cheap Cardano is what I think. Guys, maybe we're going to get our single-digit Neo finally. We had a pretty big bounce from single digit Neo, and maybe we're gonna get it if this breaks. So see, this is the crazy part about these cryptos, guys. To be quite honest with you, these measured this measured move is going to take us into like negative territory. Almost $5 Neo, like that's crazy to me. Like that's, I don't know, that's pretty crazy. Bitcoin put a bottoming candle on the 15-minute. A little bit, yeah. You've got two right there, two very high volume candles. There's a big buying candle. Bear means bearish engulfing candle. This is that bars are indicator I was telling you about. I just wrote this to show me like key things that I usually look for subconsciously to try to put it into right here on the chart. So a couple buying, looks like 4 selling and 3 buying down here in this area. This is not a buying candle, at least according to the indicator. Probably closed a little bit above the level. I think I have it set for 60% close. That's a breakout threshold. Oops. So yeah, I mean, a bit of a bottoming candle, but this was also a bottoming candle. And you can see it kind of rolled over a little bit there. See what Ethereum's doing. Ethereum definitely already rolled over. Rising on lower volume, definitely bear flag looking like. You can see the selling 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the buying in the bars you can see from the volume alone, it's pretty weak. That looks like a buying candle, but I don't know about that. With a aggressive selling towards the right side of the chart. So 4 selling in this group with 1 buying. And then here in this base, in the small base, you've got a little bit of buying. That's fairly normalized. As we get towards the right side of the chart, you see more selling. Obviously, that's a selling candle. That's pretty obvious. You could call it that, but keep in mind, one bottoming candle doesn't necessarily make a bottom, okay? There's a bit of a difference. There's a bit of a difference. Bottoming candles can be quite common after an extreme price move. Also topping candles after an extreme price move to the upside. So you really have to be careful in calling these bottoms like actual true bottoms. You know, this can bottom and see this bottoming candle very close to the drop gave you this base. This bottoming candle is going to give you maybe another base. Could be for 12 candles, could be for 147 candles. I have no idea. Yeah, for some reason I'm not getting the JavaScript on that one, or maybe the CSS. CSS isn't loading on hack.com for me like that. I wonder if I put www. Nope. Doesn't like it. Oh, there we go. Now I got all the CSS. Well, nice job, Kevin. TLRY. Yeah, man, those marijuana stocks have been gangbusters. I mean, Cron's still holding up at 15%. Wow, it came all the way back down, filled that gap, and came right back up. That's amazing. Yeah, I know. That's why I had to type it in. I gotta figure out what to do with my Twitter money. ODFL having a good day today. We're looking at them yesterday. So, all right, guys, I think I'm gonna get out of here. You guys have a good day. If you guys did enjoy that, please feel free to sign up for the Power Hour. Looks like we got a request for Nano. Let's check that out real quick. Then we'll get out of here. So far, Nano has held support down here. We talked about a lot of things breaking support. Ethereum broke support. So far, Nano has held support. I can't say for sure this is gonna go, or this is gonna stay up here. With Ethereum really breaking down as hard as it's been, if it doesn't reverse throughout the day today, and we don't get, let me get rid of Barzar. Sometimes it's a little noisy. So Ethereum pretty definitively took out this low in terms of volume. It's not too far. We can obviously reverse at any time. But if the next leg of the market is lower, I think most of these coins are pretty much going to be moving to the downside. It's hard to say which specific ones are going to hang on and which specific ones are going to fall. But the general thesis is that the weaker coins will remain weak and the stronger coins will sell off less. Is the general consensus. Nano being right now one of those stronger coins, only down 9.5%. You see a lot of these 14, 12%, 15%, like 14 and 13% is very common right here. And so you can anticipate a lot of further downside action in a lot of names. Ontology, although down 14, 15%, still above its support. So we'll kind of have to... yeah, I would stay in cash, SZ. To be honest with you, I would stay in cash and I would wait to see kind of what the next leg holds. I don't know. This is dangerous to me. It's just dangerous. This is not bottoming. You don't see this at bottoms. Things like this turned around right here, and things can turn around. Don't get me wrong, but I don't try to pick bottoms. That's not my game. Okay, I try to look for. I will look for reversals. But I don't pick bottoms, and those are two completely different things. So this would be picking a bottom. This would be a reversal right there. I like to notice the reversal, maybe a break of a prior high, something like that. You like to buy where there's blood in the street? Well, more power to you, my friend. I just think up here we just came back from a pretty long run in Bitcoin. You know, we pretty much went up for a week here without a major pullback. This was our last major pullback. We broke out of this cup with handle back here on August 27th, about 2 weeks ago. One little pullback and then kind of off we went. Volume was declining there. So I think it needs time. I just think it needs time. Like if you gave this time, and then you could have bought on the up thrust here, maybe right there. I don't mind giving that up. That's perfectly within my trading strategy. If it's not within yours, then, you know, more power to you, my friend. I don't know about the gold. I don't know how to look that up, Mohammed. Gold-silver ratio. Is that something on TradingView? I don't really trade gold. Nor really care to be honest with you. I don't even know what this means. Does this mean that silver's relatively high to gold? Is that what this means? Or this means silver's relatively low to gold and gold is overvalued? I'm not sure how to interpret this, to be honest with you. But gold overvalued, yeah. So we have looked at gold in the past here at the Power Hour. Some of the guys do trade it occasionally, and you know we were tracking this trend line. But once this trend line definitively broke, in fact, one of the members actually went long here, and we tried to swing trade it, and then ended up selling here, getting back in here. And I said, look, if it gets back down to your break-even point, you just got to get out of it. And I hope he did. Hope he got out of that. I haven't really heard much from him since then. which is kind of strange because my call was right. I don't know what I did wrong. But anyway, we had a downside target to here, pretty much right where it is now, at about the 1200 level. That's what this line implies. There's an implied measured move from this, and we took that, and that was kind of our short-term target. And I think someone else, Kevin, did you take that short right there? I don't remember if you did or not. I know you trade the futures market, so I don't know if you took that short there or not, or if you were talking about shorting from here. I don't remember. But anyway, gold's kind of in a perpetual downtrend right now, and I'm just avoiding gold. I'd avoid it anyways. I mean, unless I saw a clear signal. Like, I was actually thinking about trading it when we were going to start breaking up here. We were talking about it a little bit, but then it never happened. Yeah, we can check. Oh, yep, we can go weekly. Absolutely. We can go log scale chart too. Look at that. We're log scale. All right, Kevin, cool. Yeah, I think Aram was the gentleman. Haven't seen him in a while. Shoot him an email, see how he's doing. Yeah, so there's the weekly. I'm not sure about a swing. I mean, maybe there's a swing low here. That kind of looks like a bottoming week, if you ask me. At the same time, usually the bottoms in gold recently have kind of been V's, and that was something else we noticed over here. That was a change in behavior. We didn't have the V bottom, which was another red flag for us. You see this top. Most of these are V's. That's pretty much a V. That's a V. That's a V. There's a range. That's a V. That's mostly a V. So most of these bottoms are V's, and right now we have the what looks like a bottoming week and then a failure to go higher. And so we have 3 candles right now flat, where most we've had is 2 in between right here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 choppy area. So it just depends how you want to look at it. But yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of gold. I don't like trading it. I don't think the gains are that good. So yeah, so there you go. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Get me talking about gold gets me tired. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Have a good day. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. See you guys next time.